So welcome back to Let's Talk with MFT Counseling. Again, I have my guest here, Mr. Ralston McKenzie, and I really do appreciate you passing by and just giving me a few minutes of your time. In our last episode, we started to talk about the water shutoff that we're experiencing here in Jamaica and how it's affecting the different societies, how it's affecting the babies, the newborn babies that's just being born, the old people, the people in the hospitals, and the people in poorer areas, and then the strike more or less is on because the workers are saying we're not getting sufficient pay. So how does the government, I would love to know, how does the government feel to know that the society in which they are governing, right now, people are without the bare necessities of something like water, the bare necessity of water, where we all need. What do you want to say about that? And again, let me introduce Ralston. Just quickly introduce yourself, students.
I'm a student. Well, as Miss Thompson said, I'm also McKenzie. I'm a student of the Northern Caribbean University, a major in social work. Yes, that's pretty much it.
Yes, and a great guy for finding the time to sit with me. You'll see him in later episodes where we discuss social work issues and social ills and just social aspects of Jamaica on the whole. So that's coming up maybe later down, maybe July, August or so. But for now, I just wanted to grab him and just to pick his brains here on what we're experiencing here in Jamaica. And it's island-wide that we're experiencing this water shortage. And for me, as a returnee, not really used to that. I'm used to going to my tap and turning on and water comes. So yes, I might have a water tank, but still we have to be like really gentle with the amount of water that we use. We live in like country people know you have to not flush and not run the tap, brush my teeth and make sure so the water turn off until I'm finished. We can't just have it running like that. So it's a lot but it's humbling, and we understand why we're experiencing this.
Well, you asked a question, how does the government feel? I don't think the government is proud of something like this. I think they're trying their very best to resolve such issues, because if a government should really indulge in something like this, then they don't have the right to be in power. And I don't see either Isles of Garden House being comfortable with a situation like this, because they themselves is being affected. Their constitution is being affected. Sorry, their constituency is being affected.
That's it, because I'm sure they have water.
Yeah,
but it's the constituency
that they are
is being
affected. And if I'm supposed to run for office, which I'm not going to,
you should.
But
after school, you should.
No, I should not. I don't think the government, in its right cognizance state, is not comfortable with something like this, because you find that you have the business sector being shut down due to lack of water. You find the healthcare sectors have to push back surgeries and a lot of stuff that they need. You find that schools are being closed off there. So you would find that the nation productivity being cut to minimum or to nothing. So I don't think the government of its right mind is comfortable with something like this. And based on what I saw is that they themselves is trying to work out something so that they can get the workers back to work.
Yes.
Because the more NWC workers are not on work, NWC lose money.
That's true too.
So basically you need to see, and NWC is a government organization, so you see that they themselves is losing money.
Yeah.
So no real man in his right sense would indulge in something like this.
That's right. So we can hope to see
hopefully.
I have been looking at the news and I can't wait to go back to see if I'm gonna turn on the radio and see, oh, they're back, or if they're coming back tomorrow.
Hopefully. I don't think it's going to last until Friday.
Good, that's good.
Because one thing about Jamaican government, despite the opposition or despite any party along the political aisle, they always try to resolve the larger issue. Somewhat, even though it is their negligence while we're in this current crisis. However, they are going to try to resolve it. I don't know how best or how efficient they will be, but
they will try. We'll get back the water because it's a big deal.
It is a more than a big deal. It's a huge deal because Jamaica.
It's rainy season, but it's not raining, so we need water.
And then we are either going in or we're on the brink of a drought period. So you see, there's a lot of moving parts into stuff like that.
The importance of really getting the water back now. Yeah. So I'm hopeful, and I hope by now people who don't have water have found some way, because it's not new to Jamaican people not having water. It's just the suddenness of it. And and one thing I want to ask too about the reservoir, because I remember was it a week or two ago, we had so much rain there was an all island rain, it was about 24 hours or 48. We had a ton of, and I'm like, but people will say yes, but they will say the catchment area, the water is still not coming in the catchment area.
Yes.
And I'm like, but I've been hearing that from as a kid here.
Yes, I remember.
We're still not getting water in the catchment area.
I remember, I think it was either last year or the year before, when we had a wicked drought, Rain would fall in, but it feeds the population water.
So, but this has been going on for many years, so am I naive thinking that we could build? Why is that so hard to
always, and I'm going to say blatantly, Jamaica is always a state that is ready for improving its infrastructure. So the need and the involvement of it is there. It can be improved, but it calls for a lot of involvement in the grassroots men, what would you say, the gatekeepers. So it all depends on how much the involvement of the public is put into the making of such infrastructure. So
yeah, because that could look what work would come out of that.
Exactly.
And that's been going on for I could have, I've not been here for 40 years, and if I can remember, I think it's even before I left that, the water is done. So build around that. People need work, and we have, create the infrastructure.
And me, myself, in my layman terms, I do not see how we have water in abundance. We are a land of wood and water, and we cannot sustain the productivity of water. It is just it just raises a lot of questions.
It boggles the mind. We are an island, right? And we are a country of the wood and water. We are known for wood and water, but at the same time, when the rain falls, we're not catching that because of the infrastructure, and we have lots of young guys here and men who are professionals, as well as men who are ready to lift up bricks and blah blah, and create the infrastructure. Isn't it a matter of planning?
It is. It is what it is.
Yet,
and I don't appreciate the fact that it is what it is. Because such terminology and such concept needs to be changed. You cannot be comfortable to say it is what it is. There is no logical person in their right cognizant mind or state to say, okay, it is just what it is. No.
Do something about it.
And-
That's why people put it in the power. Do
and-
something about it.
And permit me to be a naive little young lad, but there must be more.
We send man to the moon, right?
We must can resolve issues.
Okay.
And
I'm
Jamaica
tired of
is-
hearing that we can.
And Jamaica is breeding out.
Yeah.
And Jamaica is producing a large amount of graduates from tertiary school with brilliant minds.
Okay.
But guess what? These persons are leaving because there's no
encouragement,
there's no job
motivation,
here.
no job, nothing to keep them here when they probably are, recruited to
When
go
this-
over so with their talents.
When they spend half of their time working and going to school half day, it is kind of hard to take a job that when you see you're not getting paid for your degree, it's hard because
hard,
you
yeah.
spend a lot of money sending yourself to school, plus those who take out student loan. So I believe it can be fixed.
Yeah, I think it can be.
Or if it cannot be
Nothing is-
fixed, it can be tried.
And if all these years we're saying that it needs to be fixed, but then if we don't try, come up with a plan, we're building all these roadways, which is good. So why not get maybe some help to look at the inside now of how we can make the infrastructure work? Unless somebody's going to come up and say, okay, yes, see, we have the blueprint of we tried and it not working, then that can suffice to somebody like myself. But at least show us that you're making an attempt to catch the water.
And
Nothing is impossible. No.
And just to add to that, Jamaica needs a lot of more schools. Jamaica needs more schools. Because we currently have schools that are still on the shift system that need to come out. Our health sectors needs to be improved.
So again, it's the infrastructure that we think that, the government or whoever should be focusing on, right, to get when we have all this rainwater, to get it channeling into the dam.
We're not saying that they're not doing that. We're just
Yes.
saying that they need to be
Faster.
The need for more must be improved.
Yes.
That's all that we're saying.
That's all that we're saying. It
And-
needs improvement because I think I was a young child, and maybe since you born, you're hearing the same thing that, the rain come, but we're not catching it in the catchment area. And why is that so? Why, what? I mean, it's easy for me as a lay person to question why isn't it so? But really, why isn't it so? Is anybody putting any plan, implementing any plans to see if it can be done? Infrastructure could come about that would be able to generate this, water into the dam situation. We need planning, and we have the people, we have the resource. We have the resources right here. We have people willing, we have the skills, we have the brains. So, inform someone like me who is probably naive to why this can't happen. But when someone's saying can't, it's hard for me to accept that without seeing that it's been tried and it really can't be done. So
I don't think, honestly, I don't accept it is just what it is from anyone. Even if we are friends and you tell me it's just what, I don't accept it. Because I believe there is more.
Oh,
I believe it can be fixed.
Can
be. It just calls for work.
Put a plan, implement something, someone who really feeling the pain, someone who, dare I say, someone who really cares?
That is a different topic, and if I supposed to start on that, I will never leave.
Yes.
But I'm going to, as a friend said, you can't always leave everything out you have to leave some stuff for the persons to get to know and discover.
Yes.
So I leave some
Yes.
for later down the road when you invite me, and when I come back, we can
Yes.
pick some more.
Yeah, yeah, but you know what? I really thank you because, as you know, and most of my audience might know by now that I'm a returnee, so of course I come back to Jamaica, and a lot of people want to know, oh, you can't go back to Jamaica. This is lacking, that is lacking. Things like these. Water cut off abruptly, but we know that these people, it's because their backs are against the wall, and they too need more money to take care of themselves and their family, etc. Why they have to do this.
Yes.
But these are the little things why people don't want to come back to Jamaica, because no water. If it's not the strike, it's the fact that drought, right? And we're experiencing shortage of water. That really is a big deal. And so we're just talking about if we could get them to take whoever to take a second look, or a third or a fourth look at how we can get the water system to run in the dam, and so we can get more water. That's all we're asking. We're lay people, we don't know, so we're just kind of putting it out there. I thank you. This is my dear friend, a student, a social work student, and a man of, I feel that he knows a little of everything. So when I met him and I realized talking to him that he'd be a good person to have on the channel, and he's going to come back again. Every now and again you'll see him pop up because he's kind enough to come and just talk to me about things that pertain to Jamaica. So in a closing word from you, Mr. Ralston Mackenzie, I love his bossy name.
Well, what I can say is that never settle for little. Always strive for the best. And even if you're scared to go out there, always know that you have what it takes to make a difference.
Exactly. I like that point that we're left with. We have what it takes. We all love Jamaica, and we all want to see Jamaica strive to be the best. So do the little that you can, okay? Thank you very much for tuning in, and tune in for the next Sunday when we have a different but relevant topic. I appreciate you for coming, and again, this is Kingston, Jamaica, talking to Michelle Thompson, social worker, and also spiritual advocate, or just an encourager. You all know I love to encourage you, so thank you for tuning in. If you like what you've just heard and seen, please like, subscribe, and comment. I want to hear what you have to say. Thank you again. Bye from Kingston, Jamaica.